Yeah.
Excellent. So we're in a quick Q&A. Collect your thoughts. Any questions? Let's do it. Any questions at all on any topic?
When you're teaching a new exercise to a group of people, first time ever, I realize it's going to be hard, you can't be perfect right away. Where do you kind of draw the line where, okay, we're just going to spend more time on this exercise versus, let's come back and, attack this another day. We've exposed it today, let's go back another day. Where do you kind of feel that line?
So they're decisions you make is part of the art of coaching as opposed to the science of coaching. Mm-hmm. And it's a trade-off looking at the bigger picture. So we're asking ourselves, if we stay longer, will they get frustrated? If we stay longer, will they feel denied of doing other things? If we stay longer, will we create an imbalance and not giving them a more holistic exposure to stimulus? So there's some of the questions. No right or wrong.
Thank you.
So it's a great question. It's reflecting a coaching decision that you understand that the art of coaching is it's about a multitude of decisions. And at every fork in the road, there is multiple options. And that's why it'll be a long time before. I don't know whether science will ever take over the art of coaching, but we've been moving away from the art of coaching so much. It's all about science, science, science. And I'm not being critical of science, I'm just saying there's a balance. There aren't too many people on the podium that really care how many PhDs are involved. They just want to know if they win. So it's not about science, it's about competency and outcome.
When you're dealing with a group, do you ever delegate the task to, or not the full task, but what you're doing to someone else who may know and be able to help other people? So it's not just all on you if you're dealing with a larger group.
Like the larger the group, the more you need to do that. You typically have to buddy them up, one-on-one or one-on-two, one-on-three. So you're always going to have someone working feedback. And you'll probably see, if you haven't seen the footage of this already, you just need to move further up our coaching education program and you see a lot of footage on this. Who's seen me do that in live coaching? John has, obviously, on video. No one else has seen the videos of me doing this? Where I'm working with a group and I empower some of the athletes to be coaches of each other.
Yeah.
You've seen that?
A little bit, yeah.
We do a fair bit of that. I mean, it's quite common. The bigger the group, the more you need to do that.
And is that mostly for strength sessions, or is that even on
Really. You will see that in just some of the sessions off the top of my head when there are videos in the library. There's some footage of me working with the Tufts University girls crew, the rowing squad. There's some work in Cape Cod with young college basketball players, American football players, etc. So there's quite a bit of footage out there where you'll see me working in groups where they're expected to coach each other. So especially when you get in the 50s and 60s in the group. And I don't know whether John's seen this, Mike's seen me, that a lot, obviously.
I haven't seen it in the 50s and 60s yet.
Yeah, it's a whole new ballgame.
Yeah.
So when you get in the 50s and 60s, it's a whole new ballgame. But we got footage of that. So when you get to that level, you'll see the footage. You'll see the video with college-level American football squads of that size, with rowing squads of that size. Basically, that's where I started out, working with squad sizes between 50 and 70. It's a fast learning curve.
And how do you determine how much of an individual approach do you take towards each person when, like, let's say it's a group like us, when we're going through the exercises?
So you do two things. The first thing, you empower other athletes to give them feedback. And the second thing is you need to improve your speed of seeing and the speed of cueing. So what's happening at the moment is when you're coaching, there's a lot of things happening around you and you're not seeing it. This is quite common. Even if a coach has got good cues, they rarely would see whether the cues are being implemented, and then they wouldn't have the competency to correct it anyway. So most people bark the cue, and that's where it stops. Like, I want to know that Tommy, for example, is sitting, he's on the ball of his feet, he hasn't got his heels on the ground. You with me? Yeah. No, I don't even know that's true, but I'm not looking. This is the awareness that you get from your lateral vision.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
There you go. So you become sharper in the field and being able to see and correct stuff. Or knowing what to let go for another day. Great questions. You're starting to ask questions from a coaching perspective, which is really good. Far better, Ian, what do you think? Do you think the squat with the wider stance is better than the squat with the narrow stance? I mean, that's just academic crap. I'm not saying it's not relevant, but from a coaching perspective, you're starting to ask coaching questions. Because the art of coaching is really about making a decision in a very short period of time and having to make multiple decisions. Where do I stand? And what do I talk? Do I show? Do I do this? It's just decisions. The only way you're going to get there is by practice. Excellent. Other questions?
Mitchell was saying, oh yeah, we're a really compliant group. There's a lot of things that obviously are determining that. But what kind of strategies do you use when you have a group that's not very compliant?
The strategies become really incredible because you need to identify where the problems lie and address the problems very quickly. So we create a lot of the problems, but then people bring their problems to the training session as well, and basically they'll test you. The goal is there's a clash of egos and there's a clash of wills, and they'll be tested. They just might have had a bad day, or they might have had some upbringing which caused them to act out in a certain way. You don't do a whole host of things. But with experience, you get to know the structures to put in place. So there's no one way. This is the art of coaching. It's not about the one way to do it. But the more you can learn. Has anyone seen you working with less compliant groups? You probably don't get to see as much. Especially in America. American groups are very, very compliant. American athletes are the most compliant athletes in the world. They do. It's just a social thing.
Which groups are the challenge groups?
Australians are right up there. Australians are right up there. If you ever see the footage of a level 3 course we did in Brisbane, and they were relatively good kids, most of them.
Just argumentative.
Well, yeah, just difficult. Sometimes, there's one in particular, I don't know whether I've got on footage, where I basically nailed, I really came in hard on. Mitchell remembers that one.
I remember this. Does this sound familiar, what we were talking about before?
Yes.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I remember it. If you get to see the footage, it's fantastic footage to really understand the challenges of working with athletes.
Yeah, we were in a confined environment. There was noise all around. There was kids there that didn't want to be there. There was a little princess there who wanted to be the centre of attention. Yeah, I can't remember how specific it got, but I think there's some pretty good footage there dealing with that. So, yeah, the strategy is critical. You'll get chewed up initially. That's okay. It's learning. Your audience will destroy you at first. That's normal. Don't put up like that. It's like public speaking. The first time you public speak, it's usually awful. But if you don't come back, you don't get better. And that's what it's like with athletes. But you're never going to face what Australians are right up there. There are some underprivileged countries where they're right up there. I won't get too specific about which countries because I don't want to be stereotypical. But Americans are not. They're like Stepford wives. They won't even tell you what they think. Tough to get honest feedback from a young American athlete. I'm not saying I'm not mature, I'm not talking about, especially the teenagers. They're just so conditioned to give you what they think is the right thing to say. But there will be some challenges. I've told you that story of the lacrosse team at college level that I worked with. Have you heard that story?
I don't think so.
Where we laid down the rules and we were doing our job, and the captain was acting out because he wanted to, he had some issues in life and he wanted to exert his power in the group, but didn't want to be seen to. And he was basically given an ultimatum quietly: either he leave or we leave. He left. That's it. I don't mind. You need to know your end game as well. But typically, you'll have some interesting learning experiences along the way. Any other questions?
Yeah, I know there's teaching explosive movements like the planning and investigation. At what point should I teach it, or a degree level of competency?
Well, if you went into, say, an Olympic lifter competing in Olympic Games and you wanted to teach me Olympic lifting, you probably wouldn't do it. Does that make sense? Yeah. So you need to be conscious of it's more about respect than anything else. But if you feel you've got something to offer, you can still teach, even if people. Yeah. I was teaching Olympic skiers, trying to train with skiing. I never skied, so you don't have to have everything. You just have to believe that you've got something to offer. Be genuine about it. Yeah. Most people tell you something off, but they really just want to have their name on the CV saying I trained that person or that group, and the athletes come off second best. So as long as you're not placing the athlete at jeopardy and you're not detracting from them, then I'm good with it.
I know in your flexibility video you talk about like the importance of individualizing the stretching programs, things of that nature. When you're with a large group and everyone kind of has a flexibility program, you have 15, 20 minutes, do you just, since they're all doing different exercise based off their needs, do you kind of say, all right, let's just start your individualized stretching program, or how do you kind of, on a coaching kind of manage?
Well, the first thing is, do they have individualised stretching programs? Is that correct? They have.
Yeah.
Because not many athletes do.
Mm.
But you can still individualise to a certain extent within a group training session by encouraging them to start on their tight side first and spend longer on their tight sides. Repeats it, go behind the group, use different exercises if they need to. But it goes like this. It's not a continuum of compliance through flexibility. At first, if there's compliance issues you're not sure, then you become more rigid and everyone does the same thing at the same time. And then as you gain trust and their education levels are high, they can make more informed decisions, then you say, you just do what you need to do. But you wouldn't say it's more along the lines of development of the relationship. So you compromise a little bit, you have a little collateral damage on individualism first to get them to cooperate, and then when you get confident with that relationship, you make them smarter moves. Great question. Okay. So, John, without getting too specific, John, you had an experience the other day. He's going to be very brief with it. He's not going to be too specific with it. Just reinforcing here, we'll start with a blank page philosophy, etc. So just more about the things you can do to help people. To the extent that you can go to help.
What experience are you talking about?
The chat we had in the room earlier, as I said, not in detail, but
Great today.
so you were part of an experience, you had observation experience.
Mm-hmm. And how would you like me to?
Well,
I'm not understanding.
Okay, so there's not much you can say in terms of the details of it, but just give them the coaches at the lower level an insight into what lies ahead of them.
You'll get to the point where the athlete or athletes that you work with, you'll be able to serve them in the greatest way possible, and you'll be able to sequence exactly what their needs are in order of importance, and then meet them, but at the same time bring them in on it and make them a part of it, because their input is just as important as yours. So you're going to be able to form kind of like a hybrid program with you and the athlete, and you're only doing what's best for the athlete. So it's all about the athlete and what's best for them and their goal. And you're going to do whatever you can and give them whatever resources you have possible to help them.
So John's getting exposure at a high level. So if you've got any questions from John, he's just a few steps ahead of you in the journey. If you have any questions at all for John about, maybe not specifics, but sure.
What are your goals over this week? So, what are you intending to do?
My goals, I've already achieved a lot of my goals. I could go home right now and be happy with the camp, actually, to tell you the truth. And I would have gotten my money's worth. But my goals are to just fulfill my potential as a coach and in this life. And I wrote, if you want to hear my exact 12 things that I wrote down, I'll go over them. So I wanted to improve on the interview and improve on the assessment. And I've already gotten a lot of great feedback on the interview. And I was I've done this. This is my 4th time doing level 3 and 4. And I had an opportunity to travel to Cape Cod and do it and work with a bunch of athletes. And so this time that I did the assessment, I just knew it from the get-go. I was already better. I had already improved. So I was happy with that. But I wasn't complacent about it. I'm not happy with where I am. And there was a lot of great feedback I got from Mike that I can improve on. Another thing that I wanted to get out of this weekend is learn about gait analysis. I don't know if we're going to do that or if I'm ready for that yet. Small group and large group training, programming, wanting to improve on my public speaking, speed and endurance training, and how long to spend on each training phase for different sports and athletes. And then same thing, yeah, how long to spend in like the GPP or SVP and their training phase. And then I also wanted to get a couple insights on how KSI does body work on their clients.
Body work, like in terms of massage or
Okay, cool.
Thanks, Michelle.
Very cool.
Yeah, that was great.
So those are the big 11.
Any other questions for John? Excellent. Appreciate it.
Yeah.